welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to take you guys through three very basic, very quick ways to get yourself in a little snack, a treat, especially if you've got a bit of a sweet tooth, building on from my previous series that I've done. The first one I'm going to do, I'm going to use a product called casein. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos, you've heard how I speak about using that as the base of making an icing for my donuts or my muffins or my cupcakes. Obviously the benefits of not using traditional icing is not loaded with sugar, and obviously casein, it thickens up really nicely. It's got a great flavor, so from a palate perspective it's really nice, and it's a nice quick easy way to get in some additional protein. I know some people, children, some women moan about their ability to intake as much protein as they potentially might need. So for me, this is where a supplement like a whey or casein is a great additive to add into your diet. So for me, it's really as simple as you take the serving, whatever serving size it is. Here I'm just going to add in 2 scoops. And the nice thing about casein is that where I incorporate it, besides it as an icing, it thickens up very well. So a lot of you might know, if you have like a normal standard whey, it's kind of like Nesquik, so you can drink it and it's not going to fill you up, which doesn't really benefit me a lot of the time. So I'll have this offered at night, because it's going to burn slowly throughout the night and keep feeding nutrients into my body throughout the night. Another time I might have it if I am traveling and I know that I'm not going to be able to have some protein throughout the day. I might have a double portion of this and know that my body's going to be protected pretty much for the next 7 to 8 hours as it slowly has a stage releasing and lets protein and amino acids into my body. So literally it's a case of just serve up your portion serving size into a bowl. You can add water if you want. I'm going to use a little bit of milk here. I'm just free pouring, and you might want to start off a little bit slow. It thickens up very quickly, so you can always add more in, but it's difficult to take out if you've added in too much. But literally, you can see there, it really is like an icing. And for me, that's it. It's literally putting in your scoop, adding the whatever liquid content you want. And for me, I'll bang this in the freezer for 30-40 minutes just because I want it to be like nice and cold. You can eat it straight away. As is. And there's many different flavors. You get rich chocolate flavors. This one here is a vanilla custard flavor. Another thing you can do with this, if you wanted to, you could add in some psyllium husk if you wanted some additional fiber. I often do that. I might just throw in an extra tablespoon. Bear in mind that it will make it even thicker. So this, trust me, one serving this is quite a filling portion. So if you're not that hungry, not like wanting a full meal, but you wanted to get your protein intake and you've got a bit of a sweet tooth, this would probably be my #1 go-to. So the next quick tip that I'm gonna show you guys, and a very good friend of mine, Marlene, reminded me that I actually showed this to her 10 years ago, and she said she still has this all the time. So basically, you guys want to have a quick banana treat. Obviously, bananas, in my opinion, are superfoods. There's not many foods out there that I think are better than a banana. So instead of just having a standard banana as is, you can just cut them into discs. And once you've just cut them straight into little discs, get some cinnamon, sprinkle them over like that, and do yourself a favor, try this. I promise you, these are little mini pancakes. Like I said in some of my previous videos, I will try to change up as many of my meals as I can, just to make it seem like I've got this massive range of different food options out there while keeping things healthy and nutritious. The final meal I'm going to take you guys through is a bakeless protein biscuit or cookie. What I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to build on from my casein that I have already. You could use normal whey. Sometimes I use with Future Life as well. But with this, I'm just going to build on the casein that I have already. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take some normal coconut oil. I want to add in 2 tablespoons like that. And this is what's going to really help bind it, because we're not going to bake it, but we're going to freeze it. From there, I'll add another tablespoon of honey. Now you could use any honey you want. I like this raw honey. And you can add that in and just mix it in. And then finally, you're going to add some peanut butter. So I will either use my caramel crunch, which I use for a treat, but I think I want to go for the Yum Yum chocolate dreams. I've really been enjoying this of late. So this is going to be my treat tonight. So I'm going to take another tablespoon of that.
A few moments later.
And then you can see it's a nice sort of nougat consistency. You could eat it just like this if you really wanted to. But like I said, for me, I actually like sticking in the freezer. You can actually do it overnight or stick it in for like an hour or 2. And I'm just going to add it into a little glass container. It doesn't have to be glass, it can be plastic, whatever you want. Sometimes if you are concerned, you could use a little bit of cling wrap inside the container. It does help it pull it out the container at times. And also you can use it almost like as a wrapper. If you're not finished, you can just wrap it up and just stick it back in the freezer. I don't really need it because these things are so delicious, it never goes back in. And that's it. So you got my 1 portion there. So you'll have your protein from either casein or whey. A couple tablespoons of the coconut oil, which is going to make this really sort of quite hard. Tablespoon of honey, and any kind of nut butter of your choice. Tonight I've gone for chocolate. So I'm going to stick this in the freezer and I'll show you the outcome when I'm finished. Okay, so I've just bombed this up the freezer, and what I'll do now is I'll just get a knife, just kind of cut around the edges here to help get it out. I probably would recommend, especially if it's the first time that you're doing it, adding some cling wrap, because that way it just pops right out, makes it much easier. If you've got a sweet tooth craving, this is definitely going to tick that box. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.